Hi guys, it's me, Control here, and today I am using the RADARBRO mod for Minecraft 1.4.5, and this mod is kind of similar to a feature which was recently taken out of the REI Minimap, and basically it's the option to see all of the animals and some of the blocks which are in your world. So as you can see in the moment, in my top right hand corner, we have a little circle, and you can see all of the mobs. There are some pigs, and there are also some bats at the moment. There are quite a lot of bats, and those weird little faces, they look to me kind of like mice, and it kind of confused me when I first saw, until I realised that they were bats. Now the first thing you need to know is if you press R you can bring up all of your settings, and you obviously you need to have radar enabled, because if it's on disabled obviously you won't be able to see it. Now if you go on edit radar icons, I'll show you that in a minute because it's actually really cool. But I'm going to show you at the moment the GUI settings, and basically if you go on auto rotate, which I'm on at the moment, the arrow will be the center and it will always point, well, it will point where you're going. But if you change it to, so it's off, your arrow will always point, well, the arrow will always point where you're looking, and everything else will stay the same. So the arrow is constantly in the middle and everything else kind of stays still, and you're the only thing that moves. It's kind of hard to explain, but hopefully if you just have a look at the top right you can kind of see what I mean. It's harder for me to say it than it is to have a look. Now again, if we go back here and go into the GUI settings, you can have coordinates on or off, and the coordinates are just underneath the minimap, so they're here, and that just tells you exactly where you are without having to press F3 to bring up all that complicated stuff. Now if you go on terrain, you can turn that on or off, and I've turned it on and it hasn't actually made much of a difference. I'm not entirely sure why. I'm guessing it's probably because I'm in a winter biome. I'm not sure why that's not working actually. Yeah, it's probably because it's all white around here. Okay, so if we go back into that and we go to our reposition radar, as you can see it says click and drag the radar to reposition. Now what I like about this, with most of the minimap kind of mods, they will only let you have it in the top left, top right, bottom left. But with this you can actually just choose wherever you want it to go, and there we go, it wasn't working then for a second. And so you can have it like anywhere. It's not locked, so when you put it down it won't like jerk a little bit to the right or a little bit to the left. But for some reason you could have it directly in the middle if you wanted. But I think I'm just going to leave it in the top right for now, because that's probably where it started and that's where I want it to be now. So if you press escape it will let you just carry on playing. So we can continue. Now as you can see, you can probably tell on the minimap just under one of the pigs is a chest. And so as you can see, this will actually show up chests, and it will also show up things that are underground. So if I go and turn my game mode to hard, hopefully some angry mobs, there we go, we've got a spider and a zombie already, and some skeletons are actually spawning and scaring me a bit. But yep, all of the mobs are showing up, and what I like about it is with REI Minimap, it used to just have like a little dot where they are, but this will actually show you what the mob is. Now I can see lots of uses for this. For example, if you were like about to starve to death and you needed to find someone to eat quick, you could just turn it on and find where the nearest pigs are. Or maybe if you were looking for skeletons in particular, and this would actually be really good for finding a spawner. Now as you can see down here, I've prepared a little hole, and if I jump down here, hopefully we will fall all the way down and almost out of the map there. And here we actually have some cobwebs, and this will actually show up on the minimap. It's kind of hard to see it at the moment because there are a load of mobs there. So if I just turn them off, there's still some pigs in the way. So I'm going to show you this now. If you go to edit radar icons, you can see all of the different things in Minecraft. So we've got bats, chickens, cows, mushrooms, silverfish, magma cube, creeper, blaze, wither, witch, and I think that's really awesome how it's got all those things, especially the mushroom, because it's pretty easy to find one of those mushroom islands. Now also there are arrows, which is really useful for finding if you shot an arrow and you want to go and pick it up. Boats, I don't know, I've never lost my boat personally. Chests, which are useful to like hunting underground, again finding spawner rooms. Items, so if you've dropped an item and you've lost it, or you're looking for your death point. Minecarts, paintings, waypoints, so you can set waypoints, and XP orbs, because I know every single XP orb is very valuable. Now here, I will show you that in a minute. That is for multiplayer, but at the moment I'm just going to turn off the pigs, so watch to the top right, they should disappear straight away. There we go, and I'll turn off the chests. and I will turn off the bats. And, oh no, there was a grey thing here earlier, which seems to have disappeared. I'm not sure where it's gone, but it was actually representing the cobwebs, I think. If we turn our chest back on now, there should be a chest just around here to prove that this is working. And yep, there it is. So it's right next to this spawner. Unfortunately, spawners don't actually show up on this, but that'd be pretty cool. So just some coal, brilliant. That's a bit rubbish. Okay, so if we fly up and out again, that kind of reminds me of the Willy Wonka thing. Let's just get out of here, and I will show you some of the multiplayer features. I'm not actually going to go and use them now because my chances of actually being able to get onto a server and making this work are pretty much nil, because when you're on a server and you start recording, things start going wrong. So if I go over here and you see Manage Enemies and Allies, now what this does is if you can click on this, it goes to the screen, which is the Ally Manager, and you can actually have a new ally. So if I click Add Ally and say one of my friends, Ripstick123, I'm done. If we find Ripstick123 on a server, he will actually show up as a little green face. So if we do enemy list, add enemy, another person I know, Batubban FJ, and done. If I come across him, he will actually come up as a little red face, as you can see. No, my bad. As you can see here. So that is the enemy. He's wearing like a red helmet, and this guy's wearing a green helmet. Now a normal player will show up as a little Steve face, and if you wanted to use that, you could use it on like survival game servers. I don't know, they might be able to detect this mod and kick you and ban you, but I haven't actually tried it. I might try it in a bit. But that would be really useful for finding where they're hiding, although I think really that's cheating. You shouldn't really do that. That would annoy me if some person was running around with this mod just being able to find me really easily. So I think that this mod is actually super duper amazingly useful, although you could use it for cheating and for griefing and for stealing, and if you did that it wouldn't be cool, but if you used it legitly and used it for proper things, I think this mod could come into absolutely amazing uses, and I think it's brilliant. So I'm actually going to rate this mod. This is the first mod I've ever rated, and I'm going to give it straight away a 10 out of 10. So thanks for watching, guys. Control, signing out.